It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and we'll see this team's creative quarterback. He comes in 5th in passing touchdowns so far. It's going to be a good one.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. When you look at this defense, they enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
On 3rd down, Bonds. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. In trouble, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Up the middle they go. Bonds. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they bring out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the first carry here for the running back. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a first down following a gain of 3. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
2nd and 1. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. When you look at this defense, into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Cartwright came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. 2nd and 9 now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. One on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. First and goal from the 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's 2nd down. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Now a handoff up the middle. Bonds. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught at the 25. A big play there. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll set up a throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
But those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
The Dragons offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd down and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Blake. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Blake. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Blake. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a... I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. First down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Blake. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort that 2-yard keeper. And the Dragons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And this one too low.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll drop the throw. On the move to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So that had 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart and not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
In motion, the tight end. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to go up top again. This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Rolling to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 1. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's George. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Up the middle they go.
McCray, and he'll go down at the 28.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to take another shot here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
On first down, McCray. Past the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a handoff up the middle. McCray. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
This now a 3rd and 4.
They're going to look to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Blake. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Dragons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And
he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Blake. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Dragons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
The York on now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Here's May.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Throwing here is May.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's May.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw, May.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on fourth down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll throw with May. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Sliding out of the pocket.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 50. As we get you reset.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. To the air, May.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the ball will go over on the goal line stand. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll run on first down. McCray, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Up the middle they go. McCray. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL.
There he goes right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 42 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
and so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Buenos Aires,
the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week.